Hello guys, welcome to my 100 subscriber Q&A. So there's going to be more of these later on. So if you want to send me a question and have it answered in the next Q&A video, all you have to do is just either comment the question or send it to me via social media, which is my Twitter or my Instagram. I couldn't speak. Anyways, let's get right into this. Our first question comes from username @thegates. His question is Q&A or TNA? I guess I'll have to go with Q&A. Sorry, pal. That was short-lived. Anyways, next question comes from username Better Than Rochford. Congratulations, man. My question is, what are some games that you're looking forward to? Oh, that's an easy one. Now, one game, it's pretty obscure, and it's not as hyped up, but I'm still looking forward to it. It's Persona 5. I believe it's supposed to be a sequel to Persona 4 Arena, mainly because Persona 4 Arena is canon, I believe. Like, the story to Persona 4 Arena is pretty much canon, as stated by the character. Well, they don't directly say it's canon, but they even talk about the events of the last game as if they happened. But yeah, I thought Persona 5 is going to be pretty good. Actually, I think it's going to be pretty good. I know it's going to be good. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's probably going to be the first Persona game we get on the 8th generation consoles, like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So I'm looking pretty forward to it. I know it's going to be an exciting trip. I did play through Persona 3 one time, and let me tell you, it is one of the longest games I have ever played. And I want to play through it again, maybe get it digitally on PlayStation Store. But yeah. And another game I'm looking forward to is Dishonored 2. Mainly because Dishonored 1 was such a breakout hit that it definitely deserves a sequel. And not only that, but looking at all the gameplay footage that I'd seen, it's shaping up to be a pretty good game. And like the stealth elements, punishing the player for being for going into combat. Oh, my phone rang. Anyways, it punishes the player for going into combat and killing enemies, and gives the player probably the bad ending. I'm still playing through Dishonored 1 as we speak, and it's pretty good. I'm doing a sort of non-lethal run so I can get the good ending, but I only engage in combat when I have to, so that sort of kills trying to get the good ending. But hey, I actually managed to get through the prison level without killing anyone. All I did was just hide the bodies, choke them out, and all that. It was pretty good. Some other games. The new God of War. That's another good game that I'm looking forward to. Like, Kratos has a beard now. It also has to do with Norse mythology, I believe so. Oh, man. There's tons of other games. Oh, alright. What was another one that was shown at E3? I forgot. Also, this year I forgot to make another video series about E3, mainly because my laptop had stopped working and all that. So that sucks. And the year before, in 2015, I never got to make a series about E3, and I also never got to make a video about Fallout 4 when it got announced. Which sucked pretty much the fun out of it. So in 2017, I'm going to make an E3 video talking about the conferences. So you can look forward to that next year. All right. Okay, next question. Great, the app closed out. All right, these questions come from N the Hedgehog. All right, nice job on 102 subs. My question is this. What would your Pokemon gym be? Alright, the Pokemon. My gym would be a ghost gym. What would the typing be? I just answered that question. It would be a ghost gym. How many Pokemon would you have? I want my gym to be as complex as it can. I want players to have a hard time getting through the gym, but at the same time feel accomplished once they finish the gym and beat me. I want my gym leader to be as difficult as one of the Elite Four members, at least. Because let's be honest, the Elite Four in Pokemon X and Y were just easy. You had all the type advantages and everything. So, anyways, the typing would be Ghost type. I would have 6 Pokemon. and their levels would be pretty high. They'll be in the 40s or 50s, if not 60s. What would the move gimmick be? Oh man. So I don't know what a move gimmick is. I assume it has something to do with like trying to like work your way around the player in order to keep them from defeating one Pokemon. But I don't. Ah man. I guess it would have to do with poison and ghost type attacks, such as take Gengar for example, because he's my favorite Pokemon of all time, mainly because of his design and his movesets. I like to take Gengar into competitive battling when I play in X and Y online. But yeah. Alright, next question. Okay. What would the gym gimmick be? The gym gimmick would be surrounded around complex puzzles and hard to defeat trainers. Like, I don't want it to be like punishingly hard, like I don't want it to I don't want it to be hard like it makes the player quit 100 times. That difficult. No, I want it to be complex and hard to beat, but then leaves the player a feeling of accomplishment once they're done with the gym and defeat me. I guess it would be the last gym in the region before they move on to the Elite Four. What would the gym look like? Oh man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I'd say a library, but that idea is already taken by the normal type gym leader in Pokemon Black and White. Her name, I think it was Winona. She was the black gym leader. She had a Watchog, but however, her gym is also surrounded around puzzles, but they're not as complex. Not only that, but I'd also want the gym to be difficult to move around as well. I'd want it to be a labyrinth. And if the player either exited the gym or got defeated by a trainer, the labyrinth would change, along with the puzzles. That way the player cannot cheat their way through the puzzles by knowing which question is where and how to answer it, just by looking up a guide. No, that's how complex I want the gym to be. And I think... Oh yeah, and the Hedgehog's last question is, what would the badge be? The badge would be called the Awakening Badge, mainly because the player feels a sense of overwhelming. Like I've beaten that analogy to death, but mainly so the player feels like a overwhelming feeling of accomplishment once they complete the gym and all that. This whole idea of feeling accomplishment and complexity comes from the Souls series of games like Dark Souls and Demon Souls. And those are some pretty good games. You gotta check out Demon Souls if you're a fan of Dark Souls and haven't played it. It's only like $18 at GameStop or whatever store you live near. So yeah, go and pick up Demon Souls and play it. You will feel overwhelmed. It's pretty good. But yeah, that's where the idea for my gym got inspired by, Dark Souls the Souls games in general. Mostly Demon Souls because of how it punishes the player once they die. Because if you die in Demon Souls, you go to half health, and in order to retrieve your humanity, I think you have to either use this stone, or you have to collect the soul of a demon, which is pretty hard considering the complexity of the levels. Well, that about wraps it up for our first Q&A. Send me more questions in the comments, guys, or on my social media. Like I said, I'll leave links to my social media in the description below. And I thank you guys for helping me get to 100 subscribers. And I hope we can do more of these Q&As. So send me your questions, and I'll answer them. Thank you very much.